Alright, what's going on, guys? So I just got to the gym and I thought I would film my workout today. I realized it's been a while since I posted one of my workouts, and I figured you guys might benefit from this, get some ideas that you could apply to your own workouts. So as you guys know, I usually split my workouts up into a push, pull, legs split. So yesterday I had a push day, so today is going to be all pulling exercises. So my workouts are often fairly unplanned and spontaneous, but I'm gonna make sure that I include all of my main movements in this video. So I'm gonna film this as like a voiceover style because that's the easiest way to do workouts. There's music playing in the gym, so if I try and talk and work out at the same time, I'll get copyright strikes. I'll be out of breath, I probably will forget some stuff or just get jumbled up in my words because I'm focusing on working out. So this is definitely the easiest way to do it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this style of video. So let's get in there and warm up. At the start of my workouts, I always like to warm up the muscles and joints that I'm going to be working. So these are called front pull-aparts, and they're really great for helping to warm up the shoulders and get the shoulder joints moving. And then these are really good at helping to stretch out the chest and further warm up the shoulders. These are called pull-throughs. I think some people call them shoulder dislocates. And then from there, I'll just move my body around. Whatever feels good, whatever feels tight, I'll spend a little bit of extra time on that. This is really good at helping to stretch out the back, especially the lower back and the hips. And then these are just awesome for helping to warm up your entire upper body, your arms, your shoulders, your chest, your wrists. Really, really good movement. It also stretches out your abs a little bit. And then I'll just hang a little bit. One arm hangs are really good for helping to stretch everything out. And get your forearms a little bit warmed up from having to grip the bar like that. Now we're ready to hit it. So at the start of my workouts, I always like to do muscle ups right away because that's when I'm the strongest and the most powerful, and these are a movement that take a lot of strength and power. So depending on how they're feeling, sometimes I'll just do them body weight, but if they're feeling especially good and my body's feeling light, I will add a little bit of weight to them like I do here. So here I am putting on the weight belt and just grabbing a modest 10 pounds. That's really all I need for it to be more difficult. And then I'm chalking up my hands because it really does help. I found a tiny piece of like school chalk somebody had at the gym, so I was just scraping that on my hands and it worked okay. It wasn't exactly the same. So I'm trying to keep my legs as straight as I can without kipping, but it's always inevitable, especially when you add a little bit of extra weight to those muscle ups. So I really like to utilize drop sets. You guys will see that during this workout. So once I feel like I can't do any more muscle ups with the 10 pounds on it, then I will drop the weight and I'll do them just with my body weight. So I'll do 3, sometimes 4 sets of these right at the beginning of my workout. And once I can't do muscle ups anymore, right at the end, I'll go into these, which I always compare to the movement of slamming a car trunk. That's kind of what it feels like. But these are really good at helping to train towards the muscle up or strengthen your muscle up because it is the initiating movement. And then I'm going to get right into some weighted pull-ups. This is a little heavier than I sometimes go, but I was feeling strong today. So I've got 50 pounds added there. And I'll do as many of those as I can with somewhat good form. And when that gets too difficult, I'll drop half the weight. So here I just have 25 pounds and I'll continue right along doing those wide grip pull-ups. Really focusing on pulling my elbows down towards the ground. I find that kind of is a good cue that helps me to do them with good form. And then once those aren't happening anymore, I get right into body weight pull-ups and I continue doing those until failure. And I will do, again, 3 to 4, sometimes 5 sets of this. But I won't always start with the 50 pounds. Sometimes I'll just go back to the 25 pounds because the 50 pounder is really hard to do. So here I am just doing a little training for the one-armed chin-up, and using the band with the other arm is a really great way to help with that, because you can't exactly pull a lot of weight with the band, but it does assist you a little bit. So I'll do as many of those as I can, and then I move the band over and do it with the other arm. So I try and keep the reps similar from arm to arm, and for some reason when I'm filming I kind of rush through my workouts, so I'm a little bit extra tired on this one, and I don't think quite as many reps in as I did with the other arm, but that's okay, it'll even out eventually. And then I go right into doing a regular chin up, and I'll just do these until failure, and I'm already pretty tired at this point. My muscles are getting fairly fatigued, so I don't get too many of those out. And then this one, I've been loving this one lately. This is a super wide neutral grip pull, and I find it really effective for helping to build the width of my lats, give you that really nice V-taper. It was really difficult when I first started. I could hardly pull my body up at all. I could basically just hang, but once I started to try and progress a little bit, it got easier and easier. So here's a powerful movement I like to incorporate. It's very similar to that slamming the trunk movement that I showed you before, but this is just with an L-sit and my hands are a little bit closer and angled. Really difficult, but great for helping to build up the strength in your lats. So here's a fun one you guys can try if the Smith machine is free at your gym. So I've got a 25-pound plate there, putting that on my lap with my legs straight out in front of me, grabbing the bar in a chin-up style. You can do it as a pull-up if you want. It's very, very tough as a pull-up. And you're just doing an L-sit chin-up with the weight on your lap, trying to keep your legs out straight as high as you can. And like I do with many of my other exercises, I utilize the drop set technique here, where I'll take off that weight once I can't do any more, and I will continue doing it with just my body weight. Really focusing on exploding up as much as I can, keeping those legs straight and contracting all my muscles at the top. Whew. Those get really, really tough. Have a drink, Derek. You deserve it. So don't hate on me for the Fiji water. It's not actually Fiji water, it's just the bottle that I reuse. I broke my glass one, so I've been using that one for a few weeks now. So just showing you guys from another angle. So for the first few sets, I won't let my body touch the ground. I'll keep it all up, but when I get towards the end, man, it's so tough. So I end up letting my feet touch the ground. But I figure as long as it's difficult, it's probably doing me good. So that's probably the last one. Maybe I'll get another one in. And there we go. So you can see I go to failure almost every single time utilizing those drop sets. I think it's a really effective way to work out. This next variation is really cool. So is it a pull-up? Is it a chin-up? Well, it's both, I guess. So you can see I have one hand in the chin-up position, one hand in the pull-up position, and I'll do those until failure. And make sure that you switch arms so that you're alternating between which hand is doing the pull-up, which hand is doing the chin-up. And I don't think it's any more or less effective than pull-ups or chin-ups. It's just something different to try. It does feel really cool though, and it feels pretty natural. It doesn't feel all that awkward. So taking a breather before I move on. So here I do incorporate some of the machines. I really like to do these wide grip seated rows, because I find it's a hard movement to duplicate with just your body weight. With calisthenics, you're pulling down a lot, where this, you're pulling straight back. Focusing on pulling my elbows back and really contracting my upper back and squeezing at the top of the movement. And then I also use this grip here, which is the close grip seated row. And I really like this one because I find you can load a lot of weight onto it. Really use all your muscles to pull it. Seated rows tend to be well known for building the thickness of your back, where doing movements like a lat pull down or a pull up are really good at helping build the width of your back. So I like to do both, so I'm trying to build up my whole body evenly, so that's why I really like to incorporate these. I'll generally do 3 sets of the wide grip and then 3 sets of that narrow grip. So here we go. Oh gosh, Derek's got some weights in his hand. What's he gonna do? So I really like these seated barbell curls. I really try and focus on keeping my elbows out in front of me a little bit so there's constant tension on the bicep. And again, with these, I utilize the drop set technique. So I drop the weight down, pick up something slightly lighter, and keep going until failure. Oh, look at all the fancy camera angles I decided to do on this one. Once I can't do any more at that weight, I will put these down and pick up an even lighter weight and continue on. So by the end of it, I'm only really curling, I think it's 15 pounds here. Sometimes I go down to even 12 pounds, and it feels heavy, and it's a really good way to absolutely blast those biceps and just get every last ounce of effort out of them, and you sure get a good pump by the end of it. And that's it. Definitely couldn't do any more. So I'll do a few sets of those like I do with everything. I'll do 3, 4, sometimes 5 if the movement's feeling really good. So just showing off my pump there, I'm so proud about. And then here, this movement is really cool. Very difficult for beginners, but it's really neat. So it's almost like an inverted shoulder shrug, but I'm also pulling up as well. Really cool for working the biceps, also the shoulders. Also really helps to work the trap muscles as well, because I know I always get a good pump on my traps after I'm done with this. So you can see my friend Don watching there. He's thinking, man, I wonder if I can do that. Well, we'll find out in a minute. And Don is really strong. He's really great with calisthenics, and as you can see, he was having trouble here doing it. So if you guys try it the first time, do not be discouraged. It is not an easy movement to do. And this is how I love to finish my workouts, with the battle ropes. This is a really great way to burn out the shoulders and your arms. It also works your back a little bit too. And is great for cardio gains as well. So I'll do the hands like this, alternating for as long as I can, and then I'll move into doing the hands together in parallel, because this tends to be a little bit easier. I'm always focusing on keeping my abs tight during this, squatting down a little bit so it works your legs as well. You're nice and stable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. I do plan on doing a push day like this as well, which should be exciting because there are some really cool movements in my push day too. And I can do legs like this also if you guys are interested in seeing what I do for my leg day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do really appreciate all the views, all the comments, and the likes. Definitely subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks again.